guys, this is Anna with Anna Travel. So this is going to be a different vlog. This is kind of going to be an informational vlog for the Hoth Strikes Back 2026 event. So if you are, a returning viewer, a little bit different vlog, but if you're interested in coming and like meeting me or, attending this or next year's event or any future event, this is a great video. We've had a lot of questions in the Facebook planning or the Facebook group. So we figured we'd just do a sit-down video to talk about some of the commonly asked questions so that, people can just go to the video, get most of their answers. If you do have additional questions, feel free to post them in the Facebook group. That's probably where we're going to see them first, or leave them in the comments below and we'll get to it. So this is my husband, Chris. He is one of the main planners of Hoth Strikes Back. And so yeah, let's go into it.
Yeah, so if you're not sure what Hoth Strikes Back actually is, it's pretty much it was a celebration of the film crew that worked in Finza 1222, well at the time Finza Hotel, back in 1979, and they were pretty much stayed there during that multi-month period to between first and second unit, doing all the shots and filming for the Hoth sequences, at least the non-model miniatures that you see in Empire Strikes Back. And so, for context, back in 2023, Harold Lystad, who was the CEO of Fox in Norway at the time, who ultimately was the one responsible for them filming at that hotel, or that location specifically, he contacted me through mutual friends, in our Star Wars costume club, the 501st Legion, and he wanted to get something set up. And so we worked with him and, other friends in Norway, and spoke to the hotel. And, it's a long history I won't get into here, but it ultimately worked out, and we had our very first event in 2024 for the 45th anniversary of them filming from 1979. And this next year will be the third event we've done for this. And so that's what the event is in a nutshell.
So the event next year is February 13th to the 15th. It's Valentine's weekend for some. And if your spouse or partner is not a Star Wars fan and is resistant to coming, tell them come. It is an amazing hotel, amazing location. There's a lot of magic around there. And it would be a good Valentine's weekend. You can get your nerdy Star Wars fan self. Your partner get to have, nice hot chocolate in the hotel. And we'll go over a little bit about the food in the hotel in a bit. But February 13th to 15th, 2026 in Finza, Norway.
Adding one of the more common things I get asked about, especially right now, is what the program is going to look like. And I would ask that if you're unsure, it's your first time looking at coming to this, our Facebook group does have all the historical information from all the way going back to our very first one. And I will tell you that generally the format for the program itself has generally remained the same. Whereas Friday evening or Friday afternoon, most people come in. That's when our guests come in as well, usually. And Friday, we'll do our first sit-down dinner. And typically, Harold has done his presentation on the Friday evening after dinner as well. And then Saturday would be our main day. And, especially those in costume, I like doing a sunrise photo shoot. Then we go straight into our breakfast, and then our presentation immediately following breakfast around 10 o'clock in the morning. And we have presentations pretty much the rest of the day, including an outdoor tour of the hotel, where Christian Burham and Martin Gant has provided that walk around the hotel, explaining and talking about their experiences and what occurred in these different areas immediately outside the hotel. So generally, that's in a nutshell how it plays out. And I would describe the event as being a very laid back, kind of relaxing, kind of chill kind of weekend. And if you ever get to go out there or have been there before, you kind of understand that's the kind of vibe that Finza has for most people.
Sunday.
Oh, and Sunday is more of a relaxing day compared to Saturday. Sunday we usually reserve for people who want to go on the ski trips out to, say, Hans Rock. There might be an option again for this year as far as going further out to the top of the glacier where the actual Battle of Hoth location was. However, note that if you're not a skier or never skied before in your life, They do cross country skiing, which is not like traditional downslopes type. Um, if you've never done it before, it's very physically demanding. It's not to say you can't do it, but just be cognizant of that. And if you don't think you might be able to handle that kind of degree of physicality, it might not be the best option for you. I know that for future events, we're still looking at alternative means of transportation out there. However, at the moment, this is what we're sticking with for getting out to those further locations at least. And then for those that aren't going on the ski trip, it's more just like I said, a relaxing day. We usually also go down to Finza Hitta, which is a short walk away from Finza 1222. They have a microbrewery out there, so you get to try some different beers. And we like to go out there in the afternoon on Sunday and kind of hang out, drink, and just see something a little different. It's a nice relaxing day. Sorry. It's just a nice relaxing day, and that's what I ascribe to Sunday. And usually, our guests will actually also be departing on that Sunday, either morning or afternoon. We'll see about this year, but that's usually the case.
So, like, one of the top questions is like, how long should I stay? So if this is like the only thing that you're coming and you are like super limited with like your leave, I would definitely recommend coming Friday and leaving Sunday if you're strapped for like PTO or time, because Saturday is kind of like the main event. But if you do have a little bit more time in your schedule, I would definitely come Friday and I would stay until Monday, so that you can get your full experience at Finsa. We do recommend that like if you are leaving like from Finsa to go back home, don't book your hotel. I mean, don't book your flight home for like Sunday evening, or like whatever evening you pick to leave, because there have been avalanches between like Bergen and Finsa, and while the snow crew is like very very efficient with clearing the snow, it can provide delays. Like one time our train was delayed like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So if we had a flight that night, we would have like, missed it. So always recommend like if you are going to leave directly from the event, stay a night in Oslo or Bergen, whichever direction you're heading, and then fly out the next day, just in case there's any avalanche issues on the train tracks.
So Hotel Finta 1222 is the main hotel that obviously we were working with here for booking. And so, for historical context, the hotel is where the original film group stayed, as I mentioned prior. And while it's changed hands many times over the years, the current owners and current setup of how it's done has been very cooperative with our event and doing the Star Wars thing pretty much. So I will tell you that they did do renovations post COVID time frame. They were closed for quite a bit of time during that renovation work. And if you've been there before, you kind of understand the rooms were very Spartan in their design and how they were structured. Not that was a bad thing, is that the hotel is meant for outdoorsmen, going out, hiking, biking, doing whatever, coming back and just seeing a place to sleep. Now they kind of lean more into that, I wouldn't say the luxury side of things, so to speak, but more of that higher class kind of like hotel experience on top of it. And you definitely get that kind of sense when you stay there and you kind of deal with the staff, and especially the dining experience is a very high end, very high quality, and it's just very nice. Even if you're not going there for the event, you just want to go experience something different. The hotel has always been treating us well since we've had this cooperation with them, and I'll tell you that for the event weekend, the 13th through the 15th, it's booked such that on top of the actual event itself, you're getting included with that some of the food as well, such as Friday night, your dinner's included. I believe it's a 3-course meal.
It's 3-course meal,
Mm-hmm.
for Friday evening, Saturday evening, basically breakfast for Saturday and Sunday, and you pack your own lunch. So during breakfast, they'll provide like paper for you to wrap up your sandwiches and your other meats. They do usually have a hot meal at lunch, but you purchase that.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, like sometimes it's like this amazing stew. So their food is good here. If you have a special dietary need, vegan, gluten free, allergies, contact the hotel after you book to let them know, because so that they can prepare a menu for you and make sure that you're taken care of. They are very willing to take care of their guests. But they just need a little heads up.
The other thing I was going to touch on is expand on that. Just for your awareness, if you've never been, the breakfast is a buffet style. So, if you ever had a European style or even a Norwegian style breakfast before, it's like that kind of get up and kind of pick your own eggs, meats, proteins, toast, breads, go up there and cut the bread yourself and that sort of deal. So, and that's where it leads into the whole packed lunch idea. We did do, for our first year, we did do an actual sit down lunch. And not that it was a bad thing, is that it just ended up taking too much time out of the main schedule. And like she mentioned, you can order an actual hot meal during that time frame if you really want to. And the soups are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. The event pass too.
The event booking includes an event pass as well. The hotel will use a portion of that booking fee or the cost to help pay for expenses for the event. I wouldn't say it's a hidden fee per se, but it's acknowledging that yes, they are using some of that money to help fund the room reservation where we do the presentations and covering the expenses of the guest rooms as well. So that's all tied into things there.
And plus, if you're not on the event, if you don't have the event pass, you're not allowed to go into like the dinners and stuff like that.
Yeah,
they will check your name to make sure that you're on the list.
Now, if you are coming as a local visitor just for the one day, they will let you off. They offer you the purchase a pass as well.
Oh, yeah, they do day passes.
Yeah, they'll list a day pass for those that are local or just happen to be swinging by for that period of time.
So if you're in Norway, if you're Norwegian and you just like, I don't want to stay the whole weekend, you can take the train to Finse and go to the front desk and just ask for a day pass.
Yeah. And like I said, this is all, sorry. The event itself is all fan run. It's all fan funded and fan organized. And we're not here to make a profit. We're not here to do that sort of thing. This is where the money goes to when you are spending the booking funds. The hotel, like I said, has worked out really well with us. They give us very steep discounts on the guest rooms to help us out. And I know we do offer merchandise as well through the Facebook group at the moment. So all that fun that we do intake for even the merchandise goes to not just covering the merchandise itself, but also any expenses that the hotel needs from us to make it work out. And that being said, though, the extra funds that we've always had funds left over after each event, and we've historically always donated it to a charity. We're going to continue that, especially this year, with the Norwegian Children's Cancer Society, or their equivalent of it. We've donated to them the first year in 2024 as well. So either way, money's going to charity or operational expenses. It's not a profit thing. I don't care for that. Honestly, myself, I just want to make the event run well, smoothly, and I hope everyone has a good time because it's not cheap for anyone to come out here, at least for us.
And we're not tied with Lucasfilm or any other
official organization.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just fans trying to do something fun that's different and continue supporting the original film crew. Harold
Let's talk about the film crew. Our guests.
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, Harold Lystad is the one that I call him the ringleader. He got everything sort of in motion to make this thing work out. As I mentioned earlier, Harold was the CEO of Fox in Norway. If you come out, you'll get to hear his story, his perspective on things, and how he got everything worked out. But in addition to that, we'll have Christian Berm returning. Christian Berm's a really fun guy. You get to hear his stories.
Amazing stories.
Yeah, he was. They call him a production assistant, I believe, but he was very into the logistics element of moving things in and out of Finse during the film and production. he'll talk to Days about that. Talk to you for Days. Then Martin Gant is also returning this year. He was here in 2024.
The first year, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't come last year, but this year you're returning. Martin Gant has a very unique perspective, which I really respect and appreciate, especially since, oftentimes people come out to this kind of thing are very like uber Star Wars nerds, very nerdy about things and very like, oh my God, celebrities. And Martin's very like, I did not like my time here. So if you get to meet him, he's very personable too. So if you just catch him in the lobby while you're hanging out, he's very talkative too.
What was his role in the...
He was special effects, so he did a lot
effects.
of the explosions and whatnot. Especially dealing with the probe droid, and I believe also the Battle of Hoth, the battlefield of Hoth elements. And so, but he's also very famous for being the puppeteer of the Tauntaun head when Mark Hamill was sitting on top of it. So, if you ever see a still shot from behind the scenes of the Tauntaun with Mark Hamill on it, and you see a body sticking out of the head of the neck, that's Martin Gant. So, that was part of his time there. Then it's Knut Vadset. He was a still photographer. I won't go into details, but he has a very wonderful, unique experience and story. His time at the hotel. But he did a lot of amazing photography while he was out there.
I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, so.
And then
our special guest is Craig Miller. A lot of people in the fan community definitely know who he is and what he's done. He's most notably famous for running the official Star Wars fan club. But he had a pretty big involvement with the production itself of Between Empire and actually the original Star Wars. Actually, I think I read he also was operating R2D2 at one point too.
Oh, I didn't know.
So I may be wrong, so forgive me if I get that incorrect. But Craig Miller will be coming out. We'll be flying him out for the event, and he's been very gracious and supportive of coming back to Finza and working with us on this. So I'm happy to have him on board. Gus Lopez highly recommended him, spoke very highly of him, and said he was a great speaker to have. So I can't wait. Yeah.
And he mentioned a little bit about fundraising. We also have stuff, and I'll put everything in the links below. If you want to donate, like if you just want to donate and like just a little bit, we have a PayPal me. You can send money there. Or if you like want a t-shirt, we have t-shirts that are, what do they call it, drop shipping?
It's a website through a shop called Printify.
Okay.
So
basically you can have a shirt ordered, we get like $1.
There's a few bucks. It admittedly some of the prices can be a little higher than what you normally like to pay.
Well, you have like t-shirts and hoodies, right?
We have a hoodie up there. We have t-shirts mainly. We did also because we did this our first time doing shirts, and we also went back and retroactively produced designs with the previous events logos on them too, per request from those who went before. So it is an option if you're interested in that. It's been pretty good actually. I've been pretty happy with the quality of the shirts, so I can't complain.
Yeah, and then the swag bags.
The merchandise, yeah, we have a small merch bundle this year. We try to reduce the amount of merchandise just because it's a logistical nightmare sometimes. And it just takes a lot of time and money. So we're trying to reduce that side of things, so to speak.
But it's still pretty good what you get inside.
Yeah, it's a lot of the event patches, and then I'm still waiting to hear back from Ronnie, but we might be still doing another small set of the reproduction documents that we used to do for the previous events. So, but that's to be determined right now. I don't want to make any promises.
Oh, and the coin run.
Yeah, so we just posted up a coin run as well. It's the first time doing a challenge coin. A lot of people in our costume club are very much coin collectors, and it's always been a very welcomed item to put out. So our first year putting a coin together, every order is going to come with a exclusive variant as well. So you'll get your regular whatever coins you order plus an additional version. So that's gonna, as an extra thank you for donating and helping us cover these expenses.
Are we doing a raffle this year?
Raffle, I plan to. Just gotta put it together, is what it
Yeah.
is, and kind of figure out what we're doing again this year.
And with most of the items, you don't have to be present. So if you are in the Facebook group and want to do the raffle,
Yeah, I trying to remember if I did it last year. I think there was only one or two prizes. You had to be there on site
yeah.
to win. Because we usually, like last year, we did a certificate for getting a replica parka that the crew wore. Sorry, not Indy. Magnolia Clothiers out in, I believe, New Zealand. They worked with us many years ago actually to make a replica parka, and we've had a lot of people order from them since. I mean, I have their version 2 at the moment. I've had their version 1, obviously, but anyway, so we did we pretty much like a redemption certificate part of that raffle. So whoever won that can say, hey, I have a voucher pretty much to get a custom sized parka from Magnolia Clothiers.
And if you want just to order your own, like Magnolia, would it be ready in time? I know he has a.
I haven't asked him this year, but as I haven't, really seen a whole lot of people asking about it specifically. But if you do order it relatively soon, there is a chance you can front load your order to get it expedited. But that would need to be something we coordinate. He's been pretty open to helping us out with that, though.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar, the film crew jacket, I know Columbia did a replica version. It's the blue jacket that the crew wore. And Columbia did one, but those are like really hard to find or really expensive.
Really expensive secondhand.
Really expensive. So Magnolia does a version, but they custom make it for your measurements. And if you are curious, you can wear them in Finsa. I mean, we've worn ours plenty of times. So they definitely are good winter jackets.
This is going to lead to the next part. If you've never been to Finsa before or experienced any degree of significant cold, I mean, I say this as a Florida boy, the temperature can vary, honestly, at Finsa. Like, we live in Virginia now. Last year, I remember it got colder here than it did in Finsa, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, there was a few days.
But I would say you're averaging, when we go there, you're going to be experiencing maybe between 10 degrees up to 25 to 30 degrees. Fahrenheit, yes. Sometimes a lot colder, especially at night. And I will tell you that you should, if you're not already prepared for that kind of weather, learn that you need to dress in layers pretty much.
Like a good base layer, and then ski pants, nice winter, like good winter boots. Mm-hmm. Don't get the fashionable cute boots, like for the girls. Like actually get a good pair of actual winter boots, and ski socks. Basically plan for like a winter ski vacation, and you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there's other YouTube channels that'll have like suggestions for shopping. But basically basically for cold winter snow environment.
And good gloves as well.
And
you don't want to be out there with with bad gloves.
Yeah. What else?
So when you're actually out there in Finsa during the event, there's going to be opportunities to actually go outside and walking. Obviously, we're going to be out there for Hoth after all. The immediate area around the hotel is not too perilous. I mean, except for one part along the side to get down to the lake, the big frozen lake that's behind the hotel. So that's where you're going to really want to make sure you have proper winter, like ski pants and boots, is because if you want to go down to the lake, where we often will see people taking photos, and you might see other people that are tourists or outdoorsy people out there, like doing the kite skiing, for example, or just or making their way towards the glacier, the mountains, and doing their thing. If you want to go out there, you're going to find yourself sinking into the snow significantly, especially if you're like my size. I just fall into it. And that's where you're going to really benefit from having proper winter gear right there.
We forgot to mention, if you do want to go for the skiing, mm-hmm. the hotel does have skiing items you can rent. I don't know the current pricing, but
I'll make sure the prices are updated. I'll post them in the Facebook group. But yeah, we have people that obviously like to ski that, even if you do have your own gear, you probably don't want to travel all the way to Norway
yeah.
with it. And they will offer you to be able to either get ski gear. You can get snowshoes if you want to do the actual walk itself. But yeah, I'll make sure the prices are updated. We have prices from 24, I believe carried over to the 2025. But things change, prices fluctuate. So we'll make sure we get updated info.
So costumes. Costumes are welcome. You don't need to be 501st, Rebel Legion, or Merc approved or any of the costuming groups. If you just throw together like Hoth Leia costume or like whatever, just come bring it. It's not like you have to have an amazing Star Wars costume if you just want to participate. I mean, you don't need to bring a costume either. I mean, it's up to you if you want to bring your costume or not. If you are one of the three like major groups or the other ones, you definitely are allowed to bring your costume. I mean, we've had plenty of snow troopers and Hoth. What is it? The Hoth Rebel Fleet or not fleet troopers?
The Hoth Troopers, Rebel,
Yes.
the Hoth Rebel soldiers, like you see in the trenches.
Yeah. So I mean, it's always fun to see. And then the Leia.
Yeah, I mean, people have been out there with their Vaders and C-3PO even. I mean,
was C-3PO?
Well, I mean, I wasn't there that year, but I've seen photos of them out there.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, you can bring any costume you have if you want. I mean, preferably a Star Wars costume of some sort. But yeah, no, we like I said, we do the photo shoot like especially on Saturday morning. We do like a sunrise photo shoot, which is pretty nice. Get the morning sunrise in the background or the light, and but throughout the day, people will go out, get changed out, do their thing, hang out in the lobby. Even the hotel staff absolutely enjoys having people in costume. One of the staff will actually wear. One of the staff actually, I remember one year she was wearing the Hoth Rebel soldier. And the funny thing about it is, like, if you're big into Star Wars collecting, or you're already aware that the hotel actually has an original Rebel Trooper hat from the filming, and for the longest time they kind of let it, not necessarily like accessible to the public per se, but behind the counter they said, oh, I want to check it out. Can you check it out today? Yeah, here. They let you put it on and kind of hang out with it. And I remember I think it was the first year she wore the hotel has an actual Rebel costume, like a replica costume, and one of the staff put on the costume, but she was wearing the original hat and was running around outside the hotel, and we're all like,
oh no,
oh no, oh no.
It needs to be kept up.
So no, but we did have a good talk with one of the activity director at the time. He was also very well aware of circumstances, so it worked out. And I think actually they actually took measures now to not just leave it as accessible, because even after the renovations, actually they moved it to the basement, and it was just sitting on a table with the other stuff, and it was just like sitting there. It's like, wow. So yeah, it's you put that on a prop store auction in the future, you might see that go for a lot of money. So it was just something that they should have, at least in my opinion, have tried to be more cognizant of its keeping it protected. That's all.
Yeah. So one big thing a lot of people ask us is how to get there. You can't really take an Uber to Finsa. There's like one way, unless you are very, very good at like skiing.
Oh, you can ski there.
You can ski there.
You can ski there, yeah, easily.
But most people take the train. Is it V?
V.
The V train. Basically, most people either go from Oslo or they come from Bergen. The train, I think Finsa's kind of like in the middle-ish, or
roughly, yeah.
So we have only been from Oslo to Finsa. So basically, like this year, just using generalized pricing, round trip for the both of us was like $226. But we picked like the plus seating there. So the seating can vary, like pricing wise. You just have to check, which, rate that you want. And then 90 days. So February 13th, 90 days, it'll open. before. I know that was a weird way of saying it, but yes. Um, and V train is pretty good on time usually, unless there's an avalanche on the train or any of little hiccups.
2020, 2020 example. Well, that's another
2020,
discussion.
or when it hit hit that truck this year.
Oh yeah,
but that was leaving Finsa.
Yeah, like I said, generally speaking, the train is good. It's did you already say it's about a 4.5 hour trip from Oslo?
Yeah, yeah.
To
Finsa.
Finsa. So if you've never done it before, it can be a long ride.
But there is a food cart on the train, yes. And when I Googled it the first time when we went, it was considered one of the most beautiful train routes in the world. Mm-hmm. And I would agree. I think it is.
Especially during the winter.
Especially in the winter. And so 90 days you can book your train tickets. Something I forgot to mention about the hotel, and I'll wrap it all up. So when you book for the hotel, you have 24 hours to cancel. Then it becomes non-refundable. So I always suggest travel insurance. So, something to consider if life's hiccups come, look in your country, see like what travel insurance for Americans. If you're interested, I am a travel agent, so I can sell insurance. That's the only shameless plug I'll put in this video. But I can get a travel quote if you're interested. But otherwise, I do recommend hitting up Oslo or hitting up Bergen, before or after your trip so that you have a nice little vacation. Mm-hmm. Because both cities are great. We haven't been to Bergen yet, but we're hoping to do it this year, or actually next year. And I think, is that anything else? Oh, just simple things. Norwegian is the language. Most Norwegians speak English, so don't worry too much about the barrier. Yeah. Mostly cashless. I actually don't know what their money looks like. Well, their cash. We have never really used cash. Well, we have not used cash in Oslo or Finsa. Is there anything else to add?
Just get yourself learned up on some Norwegian etiquette, maybe. And yes. Little things like that it might sound simple and easy, but I mean, like for example, I was on the train. And the one thing I remember specifically reading about was like, those don't talk to strangers, Norwegians. Like if you want to, here in America, you go into the corner and say, oh, can you give me the time or whatever? That's like, oh, okay, hey, what's up? In Norway, I went in there knowing that. And I remember the first time I was on the train and I asked a random, there's two ladies there. And I said, oh, do you know which direction the food cart is? And they looked at me like I just, did something foul to their morning breakfast.
But I think
little things like that.
But I've never really had one thing. You pay to use the bathroom in the train station, so make sure you have some. I think they take card. Yeah, I used card this year when I needed to use the restroom in the train station. But other than that, I mean, is there anything else?
Something that comes to mind is about the hotel again, is that there's no elevators there.
Oh, yes.
So if you have a lot of luggage or
mobility issues,
we can help you out. I know, especially some of the guests I've as a courtesy, I'll carry your luggage up there. I'm a big, strong person. So, but yeah, the hotel, the actual rooms itself, there's one main staircase, really. There's one in the far side as well. If you go there, you understand. But the main staircase is either upstairs or downstairs in the basement area. There's a main rooms. They have an attic room now, apparently. I've never been up there myself. But yeah, just if you have mobility issues or just if that's a concern, just make it known when you're there to staff or even myself or anyone that's helping with the event. We'll make it work out for you.
And there's and Finsa is pretty much a village, so if you're going to have to survive without your Starbucks or espresso, because there's no Starbucks. So real quick editor's note, I've gotten cappuccinos there, so they do have an espresso machine. I don't know what I was talking about. The drip coffee is also very good. And yes, so back to the video. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm. No 7-Eleven. It's pretty much Finsa Hitta down the way, or Finsa in terms of food. Apparently there's some mythical waffle shack.
Yeah, I need to look into it. I as a vague memory I had from one of the other guests I was here, mentioned that on the other side of the train tracks, not towards the lake, obviously, but the other side. When you go there, you'll see a bunch of little huts and cabins up on the side. But apparently, there's like a small little hut or cafe, not really a cafe, but like a little hut that was offering waffles and food.
Right.
Like I said, don't take it with a grain of salt. I need to look into it, and
Yeah.
if I find out it's not just a hallucination I'm having, I'll post about it in a group.
And I think, and so just to wrap it up. Oh, before we do, the aurora borealis, the northern lights, they're not typical in Finza, but the 4 times that we have been, we have had them twice. So it's like a 50-50 shot. So stay up. Don't be, don't go to bed at 9:30, because there might be a chance. And everyone's pretty in tune with it. Like a couple of people that are there, including me, are in tune with our aurora borealis.
Yeah, she literally ran out at like 1 o'clock in the
I
morning,
was like, they're here.
and she doesn't like the cold at all.
I don't
and
like the cold, and I don't like.
I was about to go to bed. We're like,
Yes.
oh, we're gonna, and they're like, oh, we're putting our costumes on. I'm like,
So there is a
Okay.
chance. It's not typical in that area, but we've had them twice.
Yeah.
So
last
far.
year was really strong too. We can actually see what I was actually in a lake at like midnight. It was with our friend Kit, and we're actually watching it. You can see it with the naked eye. It's better with a camera, obviously, but I was able to see it with the naked eye and actually see it moving in real time,
It's
which
gorgeous.
apparently is a very rare occurrence, even. So
This is why I say Finza is magic, because it is. It's beautiful. But that's wrapped up. And if there's any other questions, put them in the comments or join the Facebook group. Link is down in the description. Feel free to answer. I think and children are welcome. Like kids are welcome to join. Like there are family rooms at the hotel that you can book for your whole family.
even dogs.
Even dogs are
Yeah.
welcome. So if your dog has a passport, Jeanette, I mean, she's Norwegian, so she doesn't have to fly her dog.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Jeanette, she's bringing her. She said she was bringing her.
Yeah,
dog,
she's
right?
bringing her.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I said. I thought. So it could be a whole family adventure too, and we hope to see you there.
Yeah.
Either in 2026 or future years. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're here for you whenever you're ready to come.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see you there as well.
Bye, guys.
Många nationer som kommer på den idag.